Alright, what's going on, people? Ring Roadmap here, and today we're going to talk about Ngithumbwa versus Casimero. Coming in a little bit late, but I've already had my audio post-fight analysis on this one. This one is going to be the video breakdown, so let's get right into it. The first one we're going to see is going to be the check hook of Ngithumbwa, which I'm really surprised, or which really surprised me, because I never thought he can time it so well. Alright, he found a perfect timing for the check hook, and it's mainly because Casimero got predictable with his own right hook. So what Ngithumbwa tried to do is that whenever Casimero would throw the right hook, he would time it, he would block it with his arms, and then he would throw his own check hook right here. So as you can see, bam, right hook, bam. Alright, Casimero was doing a pretty good job of keeping his right glove up, but still, some of these were landing, so just like that, alright? That's one example of a check hook that landed for Ngithumbwa, bam, right there. So, Casimero figured this out very quickly, and that's actually what I would praise him for. And what he did here was that instead of throwing the right hook carelessly, he would have an exit plan. So the first thing that he did was after he threw the right hook, he would duck down. So right hook here, bam, duck down on that. He figured it out very quickly. As you can see here, it was round one, and he figured it out right away. He already saw that Ngithumbwa, or he saw it right away that Ngithumbwa likes to throw that check hook a lot, so he decided to duck down after he throws it. Another one here, bam, right hook, just duck down slightly, alright? And he made Ngithumbwa miss by inches just by making that tiny adjustment. Another thing it did, after the right hook, bam, step back. Just lean back a little bit, alright? Not actually step back, but he just leaned back a little bit to make Ngithumbwa miss with that check hook. So another thing he did, when he throws the right hook, bam, again, I don't necessarily agree with throwing the right hook all the time. I would have preferred it if Casimero threw some straight punches as well, straight cross, right? But, you know, this one worked pretty efficiently, enough to give him the win. Again, I think Philippus won, but more variety of punching from Casimero and he would have won this shit easily, you know? So again, right hook here, bam, sidestep a little bit, create an angle, and then he tried to throw another right hand. Let's see another one, alright? Right hook, sidestep, and then he would just use that lead hand to push Ngithumbwa on the back foot. So again, right hook, see this one for yourself, right hook, bam, extend that lead hand, and then push Ngithumbwa with that lead glove, alright? Perfect right there. And then Ngithumbwa tried to place his forearm on the neck of Casimero. Alright, so the next thing we'll see here is going to be an uppercut, or a shoulder roll, I should say, into an uppercut. I thought it was an uppercut from Casimero. It was actually from Ngithumbwa. So again, using that right hook, he would just roll his shoulder, use the shoulder roll, and then bam, he would throw an uppercut right away as Casimero goes down, because every time Casimero goes down, that's a sign that he's about to throw that follow-up left hook, which you saw there. So all Ngithumbwa did here was just roll his shoulder, use the shoulder roll, and then he would throw an uppercut of his own, bam, right there. And then he made Casimero miss right away. Great responsible defense from Ngithumbwa right there to lean back right away after that counter uppercut. So now we're going to talk about the probe to left hook, which is a good adjustment from Casimero because, again, his right hook was getting more and more predictable. So just see this one for yourself. He would just stick out that lead hand, bam, alright, load up on that front leg, and then throw the left hook right away. Instead of using the right hook and then possibly get countered with the check hook of Ngithumbwa, he would just extend his lead hand here, bam, load up on that front foot, and then he would throw the left hook right away, alright? Forget about the right hook. He would just throw the left hook to the body right away, and then keep that right hand up, because he knows exactly what Ngithumbwa was gonna do. You know, Ngithumbwa was gonna throw that fucking check hook again and again until it stops working. So great, or one adjustment here that we're gonna see from Ngithumbwa is every time he sees Casimero blading, alright, every time he sees Casimero turning into a bladed stance, he would just throw a chopping right, because his face is perfectly in the spot where you can throw or you can land that chopping right. So see this one for yourself. He would just wait for Casimero to be bladed, he would wait for Casimero to lean on the back foot, and then bam, chopping right there. Alright, and what happened was, most of these were grazing shots, but some of them were landing really well. Another attempt here with a chopping right, but again, Casimero did a pretty good job of leaning back and then turning his head also. Alright, so he likes turning that neck like Canelo, and then he would miss, or he would make Ngithumbwa miss by a couple of inches only. So let's see another example. Chopping right as Casimero was bladed. So here it is right here, bam, he sees that Casimero's bladed once again, tries that chopping right, but then again he missed because Casimero does a good job of turning his shoulders and then also turning his head, so it's really hard to land that shit. But he did land it a few times, you know, I just didn't include the footage here. So the next thing we'll see now is going to be the uppercut on the smother. So every time Casimero throws the right hook, we already know what he was trying to do, or what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to smother right away, because he's too off balance. Alright, he's so off balance, he gets so overly heavy on that front leg. He always tries to smother. He always tries to get extremely close to his opponent and then tie up. But then here, Ngithumbwa figured that shit out really quickly, and then he would throw a right uppercut counter, or a left hook into a right uppercut counter right away, and then he will time Casimero as he tries to smother. But then right here, the uppercut didn't really land because Casimero was using the forearms of Ngithumbwa, the left forearm of Ngithumbwa, to protect himself. Let's look at another example here. No, that's a chopping right, what the hell. So here it is right here. An uppercut from Casimero, tries to smother once again, bam. I think this one landed right here. Uppercut tries to smother. I think that one landed, but the camera angle was really unclear. Alright, the left hook didn't land, but I think the right uppercut landed right there. So, you guys be the judge, okay? So here, right hook once again is going to try to smother. In this particular instance, is going to be a left uppercut, not the right uppercut. I'm not really sure if it landed. Let's see that one together. Bam. That was more to the body in my opinion, alright? I think that landed on the body. And that, again, pushed Casimero back, as you can see right here. This is going to push Casimero back. Bam. And then he followed it up with a chopping right once again, as Casimero was leaning back. So one adjustment that Casimero did in order to prevent that chopping right is going to be the pull and the pivot. So instead of just leaning straight back, he would actually take this lead foot, okay? He would take this lead foot right there, and then he would create an angle for himself to pivot away, and then make the chopping right miss. So great job right here changing the angle, right? Just a slight change in the position of the lead foot, and then he would pull, he would lean back. As he leans back, take that lead foot to the side, and then pivot away right there. Pivot away safely. So you're doing two things. Number one, you're preventing the chopping right, and then number two, you are escaping the ropes as well. So here, they're in the middle of an exchange, okay? And then Casimero would just lean back. Instead of leaning back in one spot, he would take that lead foot once again, take it to the side, and then he would do a pull and pivot right here. Okay, pull, pivot, bam. Okay, change the angle. Not just standing in one spot, not just leaning back in one spot. So that's an example right there of actually him making Ngithumbwa miss with that particular move. So instead of leaning back in one direction, he would lean back and then he would pivot away. Boom, bam, right there. So let's see the knockdown, alright? The knockdown right here happened because they threw the hook simultaneously. So let's check this out, and then let's finish the video off. So here's the knockdown right here. They're just exchanging hooks, and then again Ngithumbwa tried to time him as he threw that right hook. But the problem was, as he threw the check hook, Casimero was also throwing his own left hook, so he just got caught right there, got caught slacking. Luckily he survived. And yeah, that would be it. Again, I think Philippus won this fight. Casimero got the decision though, and you know, Casimero has a lot to improve on after this fight. I'm sure he'll learn a lot. For Philippus, he has a pretty good future. Hopefully his country doesn't let him down. Hopefully his country or his promoter gives him a lot of more opportunities in the future, because he did showcase a lot of skills that we didn't really expect from him. So that was it. Subscribe if you're new, join my Patreon if you want to, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.